Today is Thursday, January 29th, 2026, and the Huskies are hanging on by a thread in conference play. This is Talkin Husky Hoops.
It is a UConn coronation. The Huskies make history. Back-to-back national champions.
I'm Mike Gizzi.
And I'm Will Jeong.
And welcome back to the 11th episode of Talkin Husky Hoops, where we give everything UConn men's basketball, from game previews and breakdowns to anything involving Hurley and the men's team. First off, I should say this. We apologize for not getting our last episode up. We planned to have episode 11 come out before Providence so we can give a little preview and recap the Villanova game. But if you know anything, the Northeast, and especially Stores, has been filled with snow the last few days, and it was impossible to get to the studio. Yeah. So we're going to kind of just work it into this episode instead. So with that, Will, how are you feeling today?
Feeling great. I've had this beanie on for probably like 5 days straight now, after being snowed in for a couple days. It's good to have New England weather back, though. You know, it's been a while.
It's an adjustment for me. I mean, even though I'm still in New York, it's been a bit. The cold has been a bit more bitter. If I had to describe it.
Yeah, it's safe to say. But this is true Husky weather, to say the least.
Definitely. So, the storm is here. The storm is here.
Yes, and this is UConn at its finest. With that said, we do have 2 games to cover. So last episode, we were discussing Villanova, which we had over the weekend. It was Saturday, right?
Saturday, yes. 12:30 start.
Yeah, so I guess let's get right into it.
Yeah. This past Saturday, the Huskies defeated Villanova by a final score of 75-67 in an overtime thriller. I mean, we extended our win streak to 15 games. It was touch and go at many times in this game, but Solo Ball led our team to victory. 24 points in that one. Led second off by Alex Karaban, 17 and 8 rebounds. Yeah, what are you thinking from this one? We're at People's Bank Arena. It felt at times we needed a bit of energy, and we definitely need to liven up. Dan Hurley, at some point in this game, early in the first half, really had to go out there and try and fire this crowd up, because the energy, it really wasn't great at times.
Yeah, for sure. So this is textbook Big East play. This felt like an old kind of retro game, the old days of just a complete dogfight. That's kind of how that's how the Big East rolls. And this was a classic matchup of that. Got to go to overtime, which was cool to see. That was the first home overtime game this season, I think.
Yes.
So not the worst, but Villanova is third in the Big East, I believe, just behind St. John's. So again, going overtime against Villanova, that's not the worst thing in the world. That's okay. Should we have been there? That's, maybe leave that up to interpretation. But all in all, a win is a win.
Yes.
Driving the mantra in Big East thus far.
I feel like there was a negative connotation on Twitter and on social media in general afterward, like, oh, UConn's the number 2 team in the country, yet they're going to overtime with teams like Villanova. Villanova, as we explained in our last episode, they had 4 losses. Yes. Every single one of those games, they should not have won.
Nope.
And 3 of them, they played close in too. So the fact is, this Villanova team, as we expected them, was going to come out and fight. They came out, they fought, they sent us to overtime. And that is also we'll talk about it in a little bit, but we didn't have a fully healthy team for the whole game.
Yes.
And it comes to ask the question, they did perform in clutch time once again, but should we be worried with their performance issues? They're playing close with some of these Big East teams, unranked teams, if we're being real here. And when we get to championship season, Big East and March Madness, is there anything to worry about? Should we maybe start putting certain things into question?
Yeah, it's a good question. I think that kind of just speaks to more how the Big East is as a conference. It's going to be a dogfight every single night, like I mentioned. How games always used to be. And even though it might seem like it's a weaker year, no matter who UConn plays, everyone in the conference knows what this team is capable of, the reputation that this team has. So every night, if you are facing the Connecticut Huskies, you're going to want to bring your A game. You are going to bring your A game. We're the team to beat, So to expect a close game, honestly, I'm okay with that. It's every single time these teams are here to put up their absolute A game against the Huskies. And as long as we're staying afloat like we are, and now after Providence, we're 10-0 in Big East play. So to be able to come out like this and get on top of teams giving their A game, even if it's not the greatest team across college basketball. Every team's going to come out fighting against us.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I'm hoping that sometime soon we get a confident win where we kind of blow a team out of the water a little bit. And, we have a hard schedule coming up. But before we get into the rest of everything, I did mention injury. Braylon Mullins in the first half suffered a concussion where he had to be walked off and helped off the court. No real update. He didn't play in our last game versus Providence. I'm not expecting it to be a long-term thing. Maybe he'll miss the game Saturday against Creighton. Maybe next week against Xavier he'll miss that one too. But I'm not expecting some large-scale time for him to be gone. Heal up, rest up.
Yes.
Boys will hold it down.
Good luck. Hopefully, maybe St. John's, I think, this upcoming Friday?
I think, yeah.
Next Friday.
If he's not playing on Saturday, maybe don't worry about having him back for Xavier.
Yeah.
But with that, let's move on to the game that we wish that we could have previewed.
Sure.
Providence, the Huskies take another close victory against Providence, winning at 87-81, thus completing a season sweep against them.
Yes.
I mean, great all-around, offensively great all-around. 19 from Terrace Reed, 17 from Solo Ball, 15 from Demery Jr. And, I'll let you speak on this guy. He hasn't been here for a while. He hasn't shown up in a while, and I felt like his presence has gone under the radar. But finally, he had a I wouldn't say a big game, but a big game for him.
And what was the stat line? Let's see. For Terrace?
No, I'm talking about Malachi Smith.
Malachi Smith.
Malachi Smith
Well, I
showed
did
up
want
on
to say
Tuesday.
Terrace a little bit as well.
I did, yeah. 19 points, yeah.
That was a big night. And I think it was against Villanova. A little bit quieter. That was again just down to how the Big East is.
Yeah.
But yeah, Malachi Smith. It has been a while. Huge show out. And I don't want to downplay him at all. But I think part of the reason why maybe it's been a little underscore in the minutes just because of how physical the Big East is. That's just not exactly where Smith shines. But for teams like Providence, where it's fast paced, this is where he comes to play. And a huge outing tonight. Not tonight, against Providence. 4 for 4 from 3-pointers. 12 points, 30 minutes off the bench.
12 points. I thought he had 14.
Might be 4. I think it's just 12.
Eric Ryba had 14.
Yes, Eric Ryba had 14. So 2 big performances from the bench, but for Malachi Smith especially, this was a signature game for him. Just to be able to be that dominant presence off the bench. It shows the depth that this team has, and to look back, just comparing this game against Providence to like Villanova, 2 completely different ways that we were able to come out on top. Against Villanova, it was the Solo Ball show. He had 24 points, and it was kind of a starters game. I think the starters combined I have 69 points of the 75. But against Providence, you see Ryba start to come in. You see Malachi Smith start to come in. They alone had 26 of the 87 points that we were able to score. And it just shows that we're able to win in so many different ways. And to have guys like Malachi Smith be able to come into their own like this, even when I didn't necessarily expect it.
No, not at all. Not one bit.
It's great to see.
Shocked.
Yes.
But I think they really took a step up with the Huskies missing Mullins. And although the game felt close throughout, it never felt like UConn lost control of it. I still felt confident the whole game. I don't think down the stretch, even when it got within a point, I don't think we lost that point lead.
No.
We always maintained the lead, and then we got kind of that bigger jump at the end.
Yeah, and one thing especially to note compared to last time when we played them in Amica Mutual, I feel like this time we were in a lot more control, if that makes sense. So even though like last time Providence had the lead for 90% of the game, this time, even though sure they came into within a point or two every once in a while, it never felt like they were in control of the game. We always had the pace. We were able to play a slower game than we did last time. The score says it all. I know last time it went to overtime, but we were able to slow it down to the way we wanted to play, and I think we were able to kind of dictate the game that UConn wanted to play, which is good.
Yeah. lastly for this one, I feel like I mentioned it for PBA against Villanova, but I also felt it for this one. The energy needs to increase.
Yes.
When it comes to our fans, we note ourselves as the basketball capital of the world. We need to start showing up. I mean, the students show up. The students always show up. It's the fact of how loud can they be.
Yeah,
Because
absolutely.
you know, you always get the people up front being loud and getting energy, trying to get the crowd going. But if others aren't willing to cooperate and hop on that train, then, you know, we're not in for as loud as we hope. So definitely going forward, any Husky fans out there watching, we need you there. We need you to get loud. We need the energy.
Yes, of course.
So yeah, I mean, with that, let's move on to some news before we get into our Creighton matchup.
Yeah, absolutely.
UConn holds sole possession of the Big East for the first time
Yes.
this season after St. John's lost to they lost to
St. John's
didn't
lost
lose
to
to
Providence.
they lost to Providence. That's right.
Just saying.
Providence is a confusing team to say the least.
Yeah.
And best season start since 1999, 20-1.
Yes.
Big numbers there, big numbers.
Absolutely.
And then lastly, we have an AP poll ranking update.
Yeah.
Nothing for us, we didn't move, but some teams around us jumped. So if you'd like to take that away.
Yeah, absolutely. So, at least looking back at how teams we've played during our non-conference have been doing, looking pretty good so far. So a couple teams I especially wanted to highlight, at least in this week's poll. Illinois got a huge win, I believe. Did they play Purdue during
They
our
did,
last?
they did.
Okay. Yes, I wasn't sure if that was in our last episode or not, but that's a huge win. As well as Texas, which they are, their SEC play has been up and down, but they've been able to get some really big ranked wins as of late. So definitely good to know. But yeah, all those teams that we have played, Illinois, BYU, even Arizona.
Kansas jumped
Yes,
5 spots.
and Kansas, yes.
They're 14 now, right behind BYU.
Yes, they have, I think they do have BYU this weekend.
They do. Big one coming up.
Yes.
Florida dropped 3 spots to 19, but you know what? As long as they're ranked and they, you know, maintain a high level and can stay in the top 25, and I think we'll be, I think I'm all right.
Yeah, so bottom line is, even though we are not necessarily playing the top 25 teams, except for maybe St. John's later on, these teams that we have already shown our worth against are. And that just looks better and better for us as the season goes on.
All right, let's get into our last real thing of the day, and that is our Creighton preview.
Yes.
They're 12-9, 4th in the Big East, which is 6-4 in the Big East, led by guards Josh Dix, Austin Schwartz, and forward Jason Green, who's averaging double figures.
Nice. Yeah, so I think Dix is their leading scorer. I think he's averaging 12.3 a game.
He is, yeah.
So Creighton, all over the place, honestly, their season thus far. They lost some big conference games, just to, you know, the standard Gonzaga, Nebraska this year, who
expected that.
Yeah, and Iowa State. But going into Big East play, they had a couple big wins. I think it was over Xavier. They absolutely crushed them to open Big East play. But recently they have stumbled a little bit.
Especially against Marquette.
Yeah.
Wow.
And Providence as well.
I can't like explain to you the shock on my face when I walk into my dorm to watch the game, and I'm just like, it's halftime and it's like up by 20 something.
Yeah.
Like, what's going on here?
Exactly.
And so they can look good, but they haven't looked good of late.
No.
And hopefully, I did mention earlier, we need a big win. We need to blow out a team. Hopefully, we can get us on Omaha this upcoming Saturday.
And the CHI Center, it's always difficult to play.
Yeah, we've had many problems.
Yes. But maybe we can bring back some of last year's energy. That'd be nice.
Hopefully. That'll be the mood-oriented one. But speaking of mood, let's get into the mood of the week.
Sure.
We're, you know, again, we still haven't lost yet. We're coming off a big rivalry win. Honestly, 2 big rivalry wins. I also want to mention, because we said in the last episode, this game kind of felt like a vintage vibe when we're talking about Villanova.
Sure.
And that's exactly what it delivered as.
Yes.
So, back to the mood of the week. I think I did mention Dan Hurley really having to go get the crowd hype against Villanova.
Yes.
And run out on the court right into the middle and just really get us going.
That was awesome.
And that has to be the mood of the week. It's probably playing on screen now. I'm feeling more confident. We got a tough slate ahead of us.
Yes, we do.
We do. It really, Xavier's the only real slowdown.
Yeah.
Xavier, and I think we played Georgetown even.
Yes, and Butler, which even Butler's been doing.
Butler's been doing good, yeah.
Yeah.
So that, I guess we'll have to wait and see how all those games turn out, because we can't predict the future. But if I had to predict the future, I'd see 2 national championships in the future for the men and the women.
Yeah.
Now, double champs, basketball capital of the world. With that, thanks for watching this episode of Talkin Husky Hoops. We'll be back next week to go over this game against Creighton and further preview our next matchup against Xavier at People's Bank Arena. Still for now, I'm Mike Gizzi.
And I'm Will Jeong, UCTV Sports.
Go Huskies.